I'd like to welcome everyone to our sixth annual awards luncheon. My name is Kathy Walters, and I'm the Executive Director of the Norwood Chamber. Before we get started with the awards presentations, I wanted to thank Tom Geppinger, who's the president of Matlock Electric, as well as the president of the Norwood Chamber, for sponsoring the lunch for today. We appreciate his support and generosity. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Tom, if you'd like to come up and assist me with handing out the awards. To start things off, we will recognize the winner of the Longevity Award. Serving Norwood since 1966, the Norwood Community Television informs, educates, and entertains the Norwood community. They also promote and provide access to and training in media. The Norwood Channel airs originally locally based programs, televises events happening through Norwood, including the Norwood Day Parade, as well as allows residents to view the workings of their government. Programs are available on Channel 4 on Time Warner Cable, and as well as online at thenorwoodchannel.org. Norwood Community TV is able to cover so many community events due to their dedicated volunteer crew that includes students, parents, and retired professionals of all ages and backgrounds who assist them. Their equipment is easy to learn, and their shoots are a lot of fun. Most importantly, they couldn't do it without their volunteers. In celebration of their 50th anniversary, we honor Norwood Community TV with this year's Longevity Award. Accepting the award is Tyler Meyer.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, everybody. That is awesome. It sneaks up on you, 50 years. We've been doing this since 1966, before there was even cable, which is kind of weird. There was a superintendent at the Norwood schools named William Pace, and he had this idea about using TV to teach kids. In 1966, nobody was doing this, so they started a TV studio, and eventually that evolved into us. So we're looking forward to the next 50 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Our next award is the Outstanding Investment Award. With more than $2 billion in revenues, CDK Global is the largest global provider of integrated information technology and digital marketing solutions to the automotive retail industry. They provide solutions in more than 100 countries, serving more than 27,000 retail locations and most automotive manufacturers. In September 2015, CDK Global unveiled plans for a new service center in Norwood in the Central Park building and began operations in mid-2016. The new facility that employs approximately 1,000 people who will primarily focus on providing the highest quality of service to its clients, as well as house other CDK internal shared service operations. Steve Annanen, CDK's president and CEO, said that CDK will benefit from access to a well-educated, diverse labor market and strong business climate in Ohio. The region is surrounded by acclaimed universities, colleges, and technical schools, which is what attracted us to the Norwood area. Accepting the Outstanding Investment Award for CDK is Terry Pettit. Terry, if you'd like to come up front.
Congratulations. Appreciate it.
On behalf of CDK and Kristen Carrico couldn't be here today, it's a real pleasure to represent CDK for this opportunity. Being a resident of the Cincinnati area for the last 40 years, I could not have been more excited when CDK decided to come to Norwood. I think everything that Steve Annan said earlier is true. We're very happy with the educational structure in the area, in a diverse workforce. If you take a look at the 600 people who are there already, you will see a very diverse community, and we couldn't be happier to be a part of the Norwood community, and we plan to be here for a long time. Thank you.
Our next award is for Outstanding New Business. Soon after Republic Bank announced that it was opening its newest banking center at the cornerstone of Norwood office and retail complex located on Smith Road, Tom Salinger, bank market president, contacted me about joining the chamber. Tom, as well as others from the bank, immediately started attending all our events. As soon as they heard about our annual day parade, they wanted to get involved. Not only were they a gold sponsor of this year's parade, but Tom and Kevin Herthel, VP, volunteered to be parade judges. Also at their October grand opening of the bank, our chamber president, Tom Geppinger, was honored to cut the ribbon. Tom Salinger was quoted as saying, "The opening of the Norwood Banking Center is a way to make banking easier for our clients and to enhance our successful community banking model in Cincinnati. This centrally located full-service center in Norwood will serve as Republic Bank's main hub for the greater Cincinnati market. We will have a full team of commercial and residential mortgage lenders to meet local loan demand, along with a full treasury management capabilities to serve both commercial and consumer depository needs. It is with great pleasure that I invite Tom Salinger to come forward to receive the 2016 Outstanding New Business Award. Tom?
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy, and thanks everyone. We are very excited at Republic Bank to have our first full-service office, as Kathy mentioned, here in Norwood. We got a great team of bankers here today, six members of my team. We feel like we've got a very, very solid team to help local businesses with their financing needs. We're very strong on the residential mortgage side, so if you're looking to buy a house or build a house or know anyone, we're very strong on that area as well. So we're proud to call Norwood our home, and this is really kind of our main hub on the Ohio. So it's our first Ohio office, so we look for this to be kind of our main office and then add a couple more offices throughout the area. So thank you very much. We're very excited to be a part of the community and very, very honored for the award. Thank you.
The next award presentation is for Outstanding Community Service Award. I wanted to start off saying that in 2013, we awarded Shepherd Chemical with the Longevity Award for 97 years in business. We would now like to honor them for celebrating their 100th anniversary this year with the Outstanding Community Service Award. First, here's a little history on Shepherd Chemical. In 1916, Lee Shepherd purchased a building on Beach Street in Norwood to be the Shepherd Chemical Company's original manufacturing facility. A few years later, he purchased a plot of land at 2803 Highland Avenue, constructed a building, and moved operations to the site in 1919. Today, the plant at the Highland Avenue site is Shepherd Chemical's largest manufacturing facility and global headquarters. While looking for a way to honor their 100 years in Norwood, John Shepherd and Rick Towner met with city officials to offer a donation that will assure John's personal as well as Shepherd Chemical's legacy. Shepherd Chemical has provided Norwood with 100 trees to be planted throughout the city. This living gift is a testament to John Shepherd's generosity, as well as to celebrate 100 years of business in the community. It is with deep gratitude that I invite Tom Shepherd, Chairman, to come forward to receive the 2016 Outstanding Community Service Award.
Good. All right. I appreciate that.
So I'd like to say that 100 years can kind of sneak up on you, but I think that line's already been taken. I'll confess something. Receiving this award today, and by the way, we're very honored. Thank you. But receiving this award today is the the largest part of my involvement in the whole process. I showed up on the morning of the tree plant at Marsh Park with my dad and my son Matthew, only to find that they had already finished there and had moved on to some other park. So we just admired the work and then went home for our day. But anyway, as Kathy said, we've been in Norwood for 100 years, and it's been 100 great years, 53 of which I'm aware, and we'd love to be here for another 100. It's been a great relationship, and we're pleased to give back to the extent we can. So thank you very much.
Our next award is for the 2016 Lifetime Service Award. It goes to Bob Zumbiel, President and CEO of Zumbiel Packaging. I want to first give you some history on how this fourth-generation company started. Bob's grandfather worked at D.B. Jordan, that was a dry goods company. In 1850, D.B. Jordan started a box company, which was the first one in Cincinnati. In 1876, Bob's grandfather purchased the box company from D.B. Jordan's widow, now known as Zumbiel Packaging. In November 1940, after the terrible floods in Cincinnati, the company moved from Pearl Street to Norwood. Zumbiel Packaging continued to expand, and a few years ago, they outgrew their two Norwood locations. Bob said they would have loved to have stayed in the community, but they needed 30 acres to build a new facility, which wasn't available in Norwood, so they moved to Hebron, Kentucky. In 2005, they sold their Clenay property to Xavier, and demolition of the Harris Avenue property is slated for the coming year. Bob has been a Kiwanis member for 35 years, as well as a board member of the Norwood Chamber for over 25 years. He has served as president for 2 years. He also served on the mayor's committee for the renovation of the GM property. Even though Bob no longer has his business in Norwood, he has continued to be a member of the chamber. He's a still active board member, and he's one of our major parade sponsors. We are thrilled to recognize Bob Zumbiel as a recipient of the 2016 Lifetime Service Award. Bob, please come up to receive your award.
Congratulations, you sat in the back to make the long walk. Huh? Thank you very much.
Just a few words. We only had, we came here in 1940 and didn't leave until, I guess, 2005. Well, we finally shut it down in 2010, I guess. And it's been a wonderful relationship. I've got a lot of good memories in Norwood. See the fire people here. We've had a lot of interaction with those. We've had some fires when BASF exploded and blew out all our sprinklers in the Clenay Avenue facility. They were a big help. They got in there and they helped us. So it's just been a good experience, and I'm sorry that we're leaving, but my heart's still here. Okay.
The final awards today recognize all those that helped Norwood residents and businesses in the devastating flash floods this past August. In talking to Norwood Fire Chief Ron Wallace, he felt that honoring only one firefighter of the year would be impossible to do, as so many in the fire department as well as citizens helped those that were impacted by the floods. I'd like to invite Chief Wallace up here to present the award to all those in the fire department, and then we will recognize the citizens who volunteered countless hours as well as numerous days helping their fellow neighbors who were victims of the flood.
You know why God made firefighters? So police officers had heroes. I just want to start that off with that. So I was promoted to chief on July the 13th of this year. This flood hit on August the 28th. And I remember thinking, what the heck's going on, So the flood happened, and I can't take credit for what these guys did. Honestly, I can't, because I had to handle the fire department operations that took place that night, the following stuff that had to take place as far as getting support from the state, if possible, and the federal government. But one of these guys, and I don't even know which one it was, stepped up and said, hey, we're going to do this. When we get off, we're going to go out and we're going to start helping the citizens. So when I got the email from Ms. Walters about Firefighter of the Year, I thought, I can't just give it to one person. These guys went out on their off time, away from their families, to help the people in the community at no cost to the city and only, their own time. So I guess let me introduce the guys.
Yeah, right. I've got the whole list right there.
So, some of them couldn't make it here. Some are on duty. So I would like to just read these guys off, and then as I get your names, come on up, guys. Joel Bomber, he's not present, I don't believe. Lieutenant Eric Levins. Captain Brett Cardavellis, who is not with us today. Firefighter Medic Jeremy Chitwood. Firefighter Medic Matt Clark, who again is not here. John Donovan, not here. Rich Glisson, not here. And Ryan Grau is not here. Jeff Lackmeyer is not here. Lieutenant Tim Lefevers, who's not here. And then there's Firefighter Jim Lee, who is here with his beautiful daughter. Firefighter Medic John Myers. Firefighter Medic Don Parr, who couldn't make it today. Captain George Schneider, he couldn't make it today. Firefighter Medic Robert Steins. Firefighter Paramedic Dane Vining. Firefighter Medic Anthony Wright, who's also not able to make it today. So these are the guys, I guess you could say they were firefighters of the year, but I couldn't pick just one person because they all had put in their time. And then when Ms. Walters contacted me, I said, well, we went out and did this, or they went out and did this, but what about the citizens that played a part in this? Because, again, they took it upon themselves. They stepped up. They talked to me. They talked to the firefighters group, and they stepped forward and helped for a week after. Made a lot of people's lives a lot easier. We have a lot of elderly population that had flooded basements, who had standing water in the basements, who could not afford to have somebody come out, or could not do it themselves, or didn't have family. And all these guys stepped forward, and gals, to take care of them. So the first is Zach Fogelman. I tried to get him to say something. Jeff Sexton. Jeff, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This lady, anytime I got a phone call and I wasn't sure who to turn to, I'd call her and she would make arrangements for one of these guys to go out. So she was very influential and very helpful to all of us. Tanya Cook. Ian Hensley. I'm sorry, it's Ian Hensley. I say Hensley.
Thank you.
Last but not least, Blair Murphy.
These two
few other citizens that helped out. They're kind of related to the fire department because they're a brother and a daughter of Captain Schneider. They're not here, but I wanted to announce her names anyway. Tim Schneider and Emily Schneider. Once again, they went out with the fire department guys, helped out. I also wanted to mention that we had firefighters from other areas who also stepped in and helped out. They just called up and said, hey, what do you guys need? They showed up at the firehouse. They went out with all the guys, and they were from Fort Wright, Covington, is that it? Someplace else? Where? Bellevue, Dayton, from across the river. So they like us too. But they they came over and they helped out, and it was a good team effort. And like I said, it was the hardest decision when they called me and firefighter of the year. And I just can't give it to one person. They're just, what they did was outstanding. So, thank you.
Well, that ends our program for today. We'd like to thank everybody for coming. And we ask that all award recipients, if they could come up front so we could get some group shots so that we can send it out to the newspapers, I'd appreciate it. Thanks again for coming.